Alright, so this is coming off of the little discussion I saw on Facebook, right? And this entire thing has to do with, well, the what is being dubbed as the girl power moment in Avengers Endgame. So if you got spoilers for this, uh you haven't watched Endgame yet, it's like, what is it? It's like the 6th of May. What are you doing? Go watch the movie. I will say nothing else because man doesn't want to actually spoil things. So there's that spoiler alert for you. Now, in the movie, at one point, there is a girl power moment. Anyone that's seen the movie knows this moment where basically every female supporting hero comes up and they have like an epic charge at Thanos' army. And a lot of people are having an issue with it. Or I shouldn't say a lot of people actually. This in this chat there was an issue with it. And I was like, really? So just in case you didn't know, I love that moment. Like when I was in the theater, I see this girl called Dad. I see Spider-Man's like, I don't know how you're gonna get through that. Don't worry. She's got backup. And I was like, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. My immediate second thought was, Mantis, what are you doing? Like, I understand it's a girl power move, but Mantis, you don't fight. What are you doing back there? Don't put your fists up. You're not gonna do Mantis, what are you doing? Next thought was, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. I love the scene. The scene was great. It was amazing. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. And I have no problem that it was put in the film. And a couple people had issues with it. And they're like, yeah, this is an immediate, like, this is a girl power thing. They just wanted to do the whole feminist thing, and that's why. And you know what? If that's how the feminists were gonna put themselves in the movie, I have no issue with this. Again, I have no problem with that. I'm okay with this because it made sense for a fantasy type of thing. There's so my immediate thought is, okay, let's see if these guys are right. Let's see. So one of the things that usually can't happen is if it's a feminist thing, you can't like reverse the genders. You can't put out another group because it's not the same. So the first thing I thought of, okay, is there any male groups that have done this thing where like people are fighting and then mid fight they kind of come together and like they do their own little separate charge even though it should be like complete chaos. Um Pretty sure the Rohirrim did it in Lord of the Rings. Huge battle, they just charge into the orc line and then all of a sudden the elephants come up behind them. They reform ranks, charge. It's not the most immediate squad at the moment, but it works. Teen Titans did it. If you haven't watched Teen Titans, honestly, what are you doing with your life? I'm not talking Teen Titans Go. I'm talking about the original Teen Titans cartoon. They did it too. The last episode, sorry, not the last episode. I think it's the second last episode because they had a finished episode. The second last episode, they're fighting the League of, I think it's the League of Evil Villains or something like that. They're fighting the whole bunch of villains, and it's chaos. Everyone's getting fought up everywhere. And finally, Robin gets free, and then the original Teen Titans, the five, Raven, Beast Boy, Cyborg, Starfire, Robin. I shouldn't say the original, but like this iteration of the original Teen Titans come up, and they're like basically like, yo guys, it's good to be back. Let's do this. Like, this is the squad. Let's do this. And you just get the epic trumpet playing, the do, 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 do. And they run up and they start like they're squatting up everything. And by the way, people miss the callbacks. You have the Starfire, Raven like combined blast. I don't think they did Blitzball, but they did do the Sonic Boom, which was only seen in like the first or second episode of Teen Titans. They did that too, and I was like, yo, I love this. This is sick. Again, both moments where like it's chaos, it's a battlefield. This is a bunch of stuff happening, and they just kind of come together and do a secondary charge. It's not uncommonplace, or should we say output for fantasy to do something like that. And that is the reason why I'm perfectly okay with it, and it fit. And it's also good to highlight, all the secondary characters. There was a lot of characters, a lot of Easter eggs that people missed. They threw a crap ton of stuff into that movie. There was also a lot of headliners. There was so many things in that movie. To kind of just give a little shout out to the girls in that sense, I have no problem with that. It stayed within the framework of the movie. It made sense. Sure, would it only be girls going in the charge at that moment? No, there would be guys there somewhere. But as a quick little, like, the actual scene only lasted like 19-20 seconds. A 20-second shout out to the ladies? I got no issue with that, especially if it stays with the story, it makes sense. I ain't got no issue with that. I was loving it. I was loving it. Yo, Valkyrie, freaking Mantis, Okoye comes up, fripping who's next? I think Scarlet Witch is next. Obviously Captain Marvel's is there are yeah. You know what? I'm not even calling her Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers is there. I think after that, Scarlet Witch comes up, then Hope Van Dyne. No, sorry, not Hope. Why am I forgetting this girl's name? Pepper Potts comes up, and she's the one that started all this. I'll back up to that in a minute. Pepper Potts comes up. You see, then everyone starts walking, and you see Gamora. I think you see Nebula as well. Actually, I'm not sure if Nebula was there. I'll have to watch it again to see if Nebula was there. Then Van Dyne pops up. I was just like, yo, this is sick. Let's see the girls wreck it for a second. And they come, and everything that they do makes sense to the universe. It makes sense to what's been presented before. I was loving it. But the entire reason why I started is because they had an A Force poster was what had started this, and if I'm not mistaken, the A Force was like the Avengers Force, but it was an all female team. And if I recall correctly, their comic book did not do well, but I could be wrong on that one. Don't quote me on that one. Um, but I was like, bro, that was sick. I love the scene. And this poster that they pulled up didn't have um it did not have so it had Carol Danvers, it had Okoye, it had Shuri. Um Actually, I'm pretty sure it had Black Panther's love interest as well. It had Valkyrie, it had Hope Van Dyne. Mantis was there as well. Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch was there. Yeah, I think Gamora and Nebula were there too. Now, I don't think they should be there, especially because right now the Gamora that's here isn't the Gamora that everyone knows. But yeah, so basically every girl that was in that squad up scene was there, and obviously Carol's the main headliner at this point. But they were all there, and I was like, my immediate first thought, like I kid you not, my first thought was, where the flip is Pepper? Like, and you'll have mind you, every male that commented, there was two different comments that males had. It was basically either this isn't gonna work, this didn't. Sorry, not two comments. There was a couple comments. It was either A, this isn't gonna work. B, this didn't work because they already made the comic. C, and these again, this is what the guys are commenting. C, um, I hate. Oh well, there's only one person that commented. He's like, I really that scene was stupid. The girl scene that I was talking about. That scene was stupid. Or D, and this was the most popular one. Where the flip is Pepper? While yeah, Pepper was, although she's a hero, she's not one to have been in the limelight. You still have to shout her out because she's just boss. You're gonna have to you have to. Sorry, I don't care if most of the entire thing she's taking care of her baby. You need to put her in this damn thing if you're gonna make it. And I have nothing to do on the A Force. I don't know if it's gonna be a good movie or a bad movie. I had hope for Captain Marvel. I really liked Miss Marvel, especially in not the comics, in the animated shows. So I want to watch Captain Marvel, if for no other reason than to just fill in the holes of the MCU. Um, that movie was, I rated it a 6.5. At best, it was like actually a 6, to be deadly serious, and that's after like listening to reviews and stuff. It's a watchable movie. I think they could have done better. Um, I think they could have been a little more realistic in the sense of Miss Marvel. But that's you can look at other reviews for that. That's not what I'm here for. Um, I don't think people would have as many problem with feminist propaganda, and I'm not one to actually advocate for feminism. I'm not. I have interesting thoughts on that, to be deadly serious. I don't subscribe to that thought process, and I don't know how I feel about it. I really have to deal with it on an individual basis because I don't exactly know. And while, yeah, you should deal with everything on an individual to individual basis, we also have fears and insecurities in our life that stop us from doing that. And these things are to help us protect us from ourselves and from other humans and other things that could hurt us. Anywho, I think that if the feminist movement wrote in things in a way like this, there will be a lot less issues, right? Like that scene was sweet. It was sick. You could have swapped out any of those people for any of their other counterparts, and that wouldn't have made the scene less sick. It still followed the entire thing that was going around. It was still a war. It was still a huge thing. It was a secondary charge. We've already gone over the fact that that makes sense within the fantasy universe as well. And it was a little shout out to the girls, and they've done this with other groups of people too. Actually, even Justice League Unlimited did it. Was it? I can't remember if it was Justice League East or like Justice League something, but there's an episode of Justice League where Green Arrow and Speedy are fighting this really strong roided up guy, and it's Green Arrow, Speedy. You have the medieval knight with the Pegasus. You got the cowboy guy with the guns that never need to be reloaded. You got Stargirl and her mecha dad. The Red Avenger ends up coming too, and these like seven. I think I got them all. I think I got them all. These 7 or 8 people are all part of their own um they're all part of their own Justice League group, and that was their shout out. And that was their shout out. The plot had nothing to do with them specifically, but the shout out was these guys are all here. None of the other headliners were. And Martian Manhunter gave excuses why Superman wasn't coming or why this person wasn't there. And in all honesty, they're usually kind of stupid excuses. Like Superman's trying to stop a volcano in Honolulu. Really? Like what? Like it Superman, do your thing and then get over here. Like you're Superman. Let's get real. So, but yeah, like what do y'all? Y'all can see what you think. I think that this is all right. I think that if they did stuff like this that made sense to the universe, a lot of people would be better with it. Anyway, it's about almost 4 o'clock, May 6th. So, Revenge of the 6th. Peace out, guys.